Welcome, everyone, to the L7C podcast championship weekend. That is right. We are going to find out who the L7C thinks is going to the Super Bowl with championship weekend preview. We have the NFL expert, the EVP of the L7C podcast, Justin Ackenda. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good after another weekend of wall to wall football. We're slowly creeping to the fucking finish line of all this shit.
Yes, we are. Like you said, we went college football playoffs, NFL, college football final, all in a weekend span. And now college football's over. Now it's just the NFL. And we have four teams left. We've made it to the end of the road that there's these four teams left. The Eagles, Commanders, Chiefs, and Bills. Two of these teams are going to the Super Bowl, Justin. How the heck? Let's start off first with the Commanders. How did the Commanders get to the Final Four?
Oh, well, they went up into Detroit, and like we expected, there was hella points in that game, and a team came on top that we were not expecting, and it was the Washington Commanders. I mean, in the second quarter alone, there were 42 points. That is the most points ever scored in a playoff quarter history. Lions got out to a 7-3 lead in the first quarter, and then the Commanders scored 28 points in that quarter. Jared Goff had another bad game, three interceptions. Jaden Daniels was unbelievable. 22 for 31, 299 yards, two touchdowns. Yeah, it was just a shocking performance from the Lions. They were honestly in the game too. They didn't turn the ball over so much. If Jared Goff
Mm-hmm.
didn't throw it to the other goddamn team, I feel like they still could have won. I mean, Mir Gibbs was getting off. He 14 carries, 105 yards, 7.5 yards a carry, and also adding 70 yards. Jared Goff and those three turnovers is really what did the man.
Yeah. And that's going to be the name of the conversation today. Turnovers. Turnovers doing teams in. But man, I guess for Daniels now, I mean, I think it's undisputed, even though however it ends, greatest rookie season ever. Like no
Oh
rookie
yeah,
has ever been at the
yeah.
precipice of entering the
I,
Super Bowl at QB.
nah. But Ben Roethlisberger way back in the day, but that was a defensive team. That was the defense carrying him, and Jerome Bettis
Mm-hmm.
carrying him in 2004. This is Jaden Daniels' show. They give him so much to do. He is back there passing the ball, running the ball. Washington's defense is not good. The offensive line ain't the best, and it's just Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin and getting after it. It's impressive to watch.
And with Detroit, man, that whole magical season just poof in smoke.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's tough. I honestly didn't like. I bet on the Commanders. Like I thought they were going to cover the spread. I didn't think they were going to win by. I didn't think they were going to win by 14 points. I didn't think they were going to win by two possessions and pretty much dominate the game. And that's what they did. They didn't. And you realize early that the Lions were not going to stop the. We're not going to stop the Commanders. One of their key defensive guys got hurt in like the first three plays, so that didn't help them either. But like once you realize that, yeah, the Lions weren't about to stop the Commanders, you knew it was going to be a shootout. And with those turnovers, like you can't turn the ball over, period, in the NFL, but especially in the playoffs in a shootout like that, you really can't turn the ball over.
Yeah. And to your point with Ben Roethlisberger, you're right. His rookie year, they made it to the AFC Championship game and lost to the Patriots, and they went on to
Yes,
repeat as Super Bowl champs. So he's close. He's close.
yeah, but
Well,
they they won it the next year.
yeah. which is wild.
And then also Sanchez in like oh not yeah Sanchez in oh nine he went to AFC Championship defense run the ball heavy team. It wasn't
Hmm.
Mark Sanchez out here doing all the things that Jane Daniels was doing.
They went back to back too. Sanchez was wild to think about. Back to back AFC Championship games. We're
You
like,
know,
run.
back in the day, all you needed was a tough defense, and you know the quarterback play ain't the way it is right now. It's not. It wasn't. Don't get me wrong. Quarterback play has always been important, but like these days with the rule changes and like just how like these teams play now,
Hmm.
quarterback play is everything. Quarterback play is everything. And another theme that we want to talk about, like the teams that made it, they can run the ball too. All these teams have great running games as well that made it here. Uh, sure, I think the running back might be back.
I think it is back and perfect segue into running the ball. Saquon Barkley. Need we say more?
No, no. I mean, Saquon was out here. Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, I mean, I know I was talking that shit in the group message, but you know what once Saquon broke that 70-yard run, I thought it was over for real. Like I was like, everything I said is coming to fruition when he broke that shit off. He
Oh
broke that shit
shit.
off. Yeah, Saquon another 200-yard rushing game against the Rams. 8 yards a carry, 7.9 yards a carry has 78-yard run. That game though, and like I said, I stand by a lot of shit I said in that group matches. With after Saquon's 78-yard run, there's about 4.5 minutes left. Eagles were outgaining them. They had more first downs. They let the ball time. They led in time possession. They ain't turned the ball over. Mind you, the Rams at this point they already had two fumbles, and then the Rams literally as I'm typing, talking shit, trying to get Cedric riled up, go down the field, score a touchdown. Eagles go 3-and-out, and then they only Jake Elliott missed. He missed two PATs, but his field goals, the third and fourth quarter, like that saved through when it was snowing, like coming down, and it wasn't like the Buffalo snow where it was where it's like fluffy snow. It was like raining before, so it's like wet and shit. And then it was like wind remix, and then in the snow, which wasn't good. Rams fumbled twice in that game. But anyway, the Rams are only down by 6. They go on to drive the ball. Puka Kua catches a bomb. They down there. They down there getting ready to score and win the game. So yeah, the Eagles definitely survive. Like you said, Jalen Hurts didn't didn't look his best. The weather definitely impacted. Injuries definitely impacted. But if you can run the ball like the Eagles can, it really don't matter when you got Saquon out there. And that's why I was so high on the Eagles, because they have a great defense and they old school. They really run that bitch down your throat. They play a brand of football I like right now, and that's why I think they about to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I got the all 22 playing on mute on another screen, and it's just funny how the first quarter, the whole field completely green, not a care in the world. You get to that fourth quarter, you're like, this can't be the same game.
It was coming down like it was snowing that bitch, and my analysis was correct. I mean, the Rams handled the snow a lot better than I thought they would, but they had the two fumbles. They were the ones not being able to hold the ball, which that was difference in the game. Jake Elliott don't miss those two kicks. The Eagles covered two, miss those two PATs, but yeah, like defensive run the ball, and the Eagles survived that one.
And with Saquon, I mean, he played like the MVP. He won't win the MVP, but he played like the MVP. When everything was down, they said take us to the promised land, and he did it.
I mean, it looked like him sitting out week 18, not breaking that record might be the right decision.
We'll see. We'll
They
see.
winning, he going off.
Yeah, and just for the betting people's standpoint, I mean, Saquon Barkley right now has over and under his rushing yards 130, the most in betting history. His over under is
That
130.
his line for running.
Mhm. DraftKings said the biggest line in running back history for
Over.
yards.
I kind of like over. I kind of like the over, man. Like
Over one, that's crazy.
you saw what Jameer Gibbs did.
I
You
did.
saw what Jameer Gibbs did to Washington's defense.
I did. Yeah, but man, that's we'll
Hey,
see.
but hot take, I think Jameer Gibbs might be the best running back in the league when you account like youth and like years left and all the shit he can do.
He's exploded. They're crazy. Yeah, they're he is fantastic. He is.
I mean, anytime that man touches the ball, that dude is liable to score a touchdown. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And you know what's crazy too when you said the Saquon, the 70 yard. That wasn't even his first, that wasn't even his only bomb of the game. Saquon had the
No,
60-yard run
no,
early.
no. It was all he was the entire offense. He was
Yeah.
the entire offense. AJ Brown did catch a did drop a touchdown pass that would end up being a touchdown, but no, it was all Saquon all the time. And then Jalen Hurts had the big run on the first drive too. They ran down the Rams throat, but hey, shouts to the Rams. They came out to play. They handled the snow well. Jared Verse made himself a star, even in the loss, because he was everywhere on the field. Like
Yeah.
the Rams have nothing to be ashamed of. Like it's tough.
Justin, now you have in the NFC Championship game a third game between these two teams, Washington and the Eagles, division rivals. Who are you liking in this one? Because we don't get this that often where it's like a team's playing each other for the third time for a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
No, and I think I gotta go with the Eagles here. You were watching, and that after the Lions won out, whoever won that Rams Eagles game is probably going to the Super Bowl, and I think it's going to be the Eagles. Just pretty much same game plan they did against the Rams. I just don't see Washington being able to stop Saquon and the run game, and the Eagles have already seen Jaden Daniels twice, so I think their defense will be able to keep him in check a little bit.
You know, if they do it, that's twice in 3 years for the Eagles. You know, for a team where twice in 3 years for the Jalen Hurts era. We're a team where they went to the Super Bowl, one fumble away from basically beating the Chiefs. Jalen Hurts going crazy. Last year, fire Sirianni. Everything's a dumpster fire to we get Saquon in the offseason. Now we're almost at the Super Bowl. You got to give them props if they do it. And then if Washington does it, I mean, it's official. We're going to get a lot more Washington games on national TV next year because the new star will be born. Like,
Yeah, and, Commanders are a sleeping giant. That's Washington D.C. That's a big media market. The NFL will happily be putting their games on prime
oh, yeah.
time all the goddamn time.
Yeah, they got rid of everyone. New coach, new quarterback, new GM, new ownership, and here they are. I mean, we all know
Hey, it's
Shiner.
fun.
He was ass. He was ass. So
Totally different feel around them.
yes,
Just getting him the fuck up out of there.
yes,
Literally, that's probably the best move that they've done. Look where they are. Look where they are now. Look where
yep.
they are now. One game away. One game away from the Super Bowl against a division rival. I'll take that any damn day.
Mm-hmm. And we've
And
seen it we've seen it those last weeks of the season. If this game's close, you're gonna get nervous as an Eagles fan.
oh yeah. Oh, oh yeah. That shit. The Eagles fans were nervous on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
They were nervous watching that Rams game. But yeah, Jalen Hurts definitely needs to step up. I don't think they're
Yeah.
going to need him passing the ball this game because Washington's defense is ass, and you saw what Jameer Gibbs did against them. But
Mm-hmm.
whoever they do play in the Super Bowl, if that is to happen, they're going to need Jalen Hurts to do something.
Yeah. And then Saturday. Here we are again, Justin.
Oh, these assholes.
Arrowhead, AFC Championship game again. I mean, we both picked the Chiefs to win this one without the weapons. The Texans, we didn't think had much, but they fought. The Texans did fought, so credit to them. But let's just get it out the way, Justin, man. The world got hot. Those some of those calls were just bad. You even got to a point where you were like, I need to walk away.
I had to go outside in the freezing cold Cincinnati air and cool off, literally, because it was freezing out there. I had to cool off because I was getting hot. First of all, I was at the barbershop there in the first
Mhm.
roughing the passer in the first quarter, and it was unbelievable. Like literally, like he's throwing the ball, he gets pushed, literally pushed, and they throw the flag on that bullshit. They throw the flag on that, and then I can't remember what the other one is, but then they throw the flag. Two Texans hit each other. Two Texans hit each other, and then this is what set it. This is the one that set everyone off. They didn't call it on this one, but Mahomes is running on the sideline. He's doing that shit where he like fucking slows down and like fakes to go out, and then like he gets pushed, and then he flops a James Harden 2018 Houston Rockets flop. I mean, he out there, he's like, and fucking trying to calls because he know he's going to get him. He knows he's going to get him. Like just blatantly cheating in our faces. It was unbelievable. It really was.
Oh, the anger. I think the one that got me mad was when the two Texans hit each other and they called what did they call that? They said the hit was on Patrick Mahomes, unnecessary roughness. Like
Yeah, and
really?
then like they throw these flags and then they show the replay and that's what's killing them. They showing everyone at home the fucking replay and they're not fouls. They simply are not simply not fouls. I get that we know we protecting
Yeah.
quarterbacks, but you can't even hit this motherfucker. You could not hit Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like I guess you just gotta like when you're playing these guys, you gotta go in there with the mindset like, hey, we can't even touch this dude. If it's a 50-50 call, if it's 50-50 bang bang, they gonna get it every single time.
And the thing is too, like the defense, like they were getting to him, and I agree with you. That 1-2 where Patrick like will slow down like he's about to go down, but not like what the hell do you do as a defensive player?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And then you hear the people, some guys and me, and be saying, oh, if I'm one of the defensive players, I'm just going to let him know. I'm just going to hit him like whatever. You won't be suspended. You will get suspended if you really lay into him. So there ain't nothing you can do. You gonna get suspended and miss out on those damn checks, and you ain't gonna do that. So that's what I was thinking. I heard so it was a former player. He was like, oh, we just gotta make Mahomes feel it. They gonna call it like that. I'm like, bro, you already know you getting ejected from the game, and then the league gonna give you a 3 game suspension for fucking up the money. We
Yeah.
gonna take you. We gonna take your money because you try to take our number one money maker out
Hmm.
of here.
Because it's wild because through all that, it was a 1 point game going into the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is where the difference happened. Houston only scored 2 points. Kansas scored 10. Game over 23-14. So it's weird because Kansas won, but even with all those weapons gone, Houston had a shot. You get a call, maybe going your way, maybe you have a chance, but it's like,
And, and then the first ref in the pass in the fourth quarter, it was a third down. Yeah,
mm-hmm,
it was a third down, so
yep,
that extended the drive.
yep,
Like ain't nothing you could do against that. Like yeah, Houston outgained them, had more first downs, got killed in the penalties, but at least 2 of those were bullshit. So that probably makes it a little bit more even. Converted more third downs, letting time of possession. Like they should have won this game, but then like we talk all this shit, we get so mad, and then that play where Patrick Mahomes is falling to the ground, he throws a touchdown to Kelsey, and then we just
yeah. Who
really like,
decided to
oh
play? Who decided
yeah,
to actually have a game?
it seems the way these motherfuckers talking, it seemed like he was just waiting for the playoffs. The way that me would be talking about these motherfuckers.
Yeah, even though that was just doo doo the whole regular season, but whatever.
He
They're
was
hosting
due
again for like the eighth. Is it eighth or seventh? Seventh,
seven straight.
seventh straight, and they're hosting the winner of the true main event of the weekend between the Bills and the Ravens. Justin, this was a pick 'em throughout the week. I don't think the line ever got to even like 2 points. I think the most was 1.5. But
It might it might have closed at two.
did it close at 2? I
Let me
thought it
check.
closed at 1.5.
Hold on.
But while you're looking at that,
SPF
see where it
FB talk.
closed. It did live up to expectations. It came down to the final drive, and at the beginning of the game, like near halftime, I didn't think it was going to come down to the final drive because Buffalo was in
Yeah, it was
control.
1.5.
1.5. Okay.
Yeah. Buffalo was in control. Lamar Jackson had two turnovers in the second quarter. In the second
Yeah.
quarter, the interception was fucking dog shit terrible. Like
Yeah.
literally just can't do that. And then the fumble also, he was trying to get too cute in the snow. Try to get too cute in the snow and put that shit on the ground. But they only scored off the fumble because Von Miller took that shit and put it in and put it in the red zone. So those are the wash. And then can't and then the Ravens like in the second half, they were making the comeback in the third quarter. They outscored the Bills 9-0, and then they start turning the ball over again. Mark Andrews has the fumble, and then Buffalo gets a field goal, and then they're driving. They're driving. Lamar Jackson comes all the way down the field, scores a touchdown. They go for two. Second time going for two. Mark Andrews has the ball. Wasn't the best pass, but definitely catchable. Hit him right in the hand. Should have catched that bitch. Dropped it. And yeah. But I will say, even if the Ravens do tie it up at that point, the Bills still had a minute and a half left. I feel like they would have got down and got that field goal and won the game regardless.
Yeah. With the Ravens, man, it's just a series of unfortunate events. Like Lamar with those early turnovers. Mark Andrews had his big fumble, not catching that 2 point conversion. It's just it is what it is with them. And it's like, Justin, when do they get over the hump?
Well, you just got to keep going out there and keep plugging away. I mean, they were without Zay Flowers. I think they need just one more wide receiver to really make that offense pop. They were already fucking unstoppable this year offensively, but I still think they're like one weapon short. But Josh Allen at home, the Bills at home, they ran the ball, they controlled the game, they didn't turn the ball over, and in the playoffs, that's what it comes down to. Most of the time, it's a team that makes the least mistakes. And the Ravens were making mistakes all game. Drop passes that Derrick Henry dropped when he was wide open wasn't the best pass, but still hit him in the hands. He probably would have scored that play. He
Yeah,
definitely would have scored. He definitely would have scored that play.
yeah,
So I just feel like they just get tight in these games and some of
yes.
these mistakes happen. Like that's really what it comes down to.
And you saw Lamar, he was so frustrated. And rightfully so. He's just like, I'm just tired of this shit happening.
He's tired of fucking losing. He's
Yes,
tired. Like,
yes,
yeah, he's tired of fucking
yes.
losing, and you can feel it. And that's why I love the guy. Like, like as a competitor, he hates that shit. He hates it. It's on him. He knows it's on him, and I expect him to come out next season with fire under his ass. But you know, it's just tough. It's just tough. You play in the same conference with the 7 times straight Chiefs making it to the AFC Championship game. You got that alien up in Buffalo, Josh Allen, who is doing it right now with James Cook and guys at receiver. Amari Cooper really ain't the same guy he was 3 years ago. So yeah, Josh Allen out here doing it, and he's our last hope.
Yeah, perfect segue. Here we go again. This is their first AFC Championship game since the last time they played the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. It's
20,
his 2020.
2020 season,
Yep. So,
2021, there were 16,000 people in that game.
yep. He made it back.
COVID.
He made it back. Number two seed. Here we go again. It's at Arrowhead. I do not foresee everyone who thinks it's going to be like that game the last time. No, it is not. Um, Justin, do the Bills have a chance, man? Like an honest chance?
Yeah, on paper they can definitely win the game. They definitely can. Do I think they will? No. Do I want them to? Absolutely. Am I going to be rooting for me to lose money on the bet? Absolutely. But I I can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. I'm done. I'm done doing it. I'm done in the playoffs betting against this man. Like it doesn't end well for me. It does not end well for me, and it's going to be tough. It is going to be tough. I think they can do it. I think Josh Allen has played better than Patrick Mahomes this season. I think the Bills have been better than the Chiefs this season, just offensively. But the Chiefs are just a different animal when they get into the playoffs at home at Arrowhead with Andy Reid and Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes and Chris Jones on defense with Spags calling defense. It's an uphill battle. It's tough. It is tough. But if any quarterback can do it, it's Josh Allen. But we gotta see it. We gotta see it.
Yep.
I was gonna say talk real quick. I need to find the stat that
Okay.
I was looking up.
I think with just it goes back to what we said at the beginning of the year, what we said about this last game. Josh and Lamar, this is it, man. You gotta take them out now. You gotta prove you can do it. The only person who has proved they can do it is Burrow, who is left. The only other person who was able to take him out multiple times, one in the Super Bowl, he's calling the Fox games now. So it's like we talked about last week. This was going to be like a legacy defining thing. This is career legacy. If you're going to do it now. Because you don't know when you'll get this opportunity again. Because we've been doing this damn podcast for almost 4 or 5 years going, and the Chiefs have been in every freaking Super Bowl almost since we've started this shit.
They have been.
Yep,
They've been in every Super Bowl.
they've been in
Except
every.
except Rams Bengals, except for 1 year.
Yeah,
That's it.
so since we started this podcast, they've been in every Super Bowl but one. But one. What are y'all going to do about this? We said again, listen to the first podcast at the beginning of the year. We talked about all them other AFC quarterbacks having a secret meeting, not inviting Patrick, saying, "Hey, one of us got to take him out. This is we're sick of this shit. Be sick of everything. You're sick of the Arrowhead fans. You're sick of Patrick Mahomes. You're sick of Travis Kelce's face being everywhere. And he didn't even blow up like this until he got his damn billionaire girlfriend. Be sick of all of it. Take them out. Because I'm going to tell y'all right now, besides Arrowhead and the Swifties, the whole country rooting for the Bills. That is a fact.
It's a
So,
100% fact. And Josh Allen, you beating the Chiefs. You always beat them in the regular season. You're
but can't
4-1
do,
them in the regular season.
but can't do it in the
In the
playoffs.
playoffs.
Yep.
You lost the one. Yeah, you lost the one in 2020 when you guys weren't there yet. And then the Chiefs go on to get their ass kicked by the by Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl. And then the 2022 matchup was one of the greatest games I've seen of all time.
Yep.
That was just tough. And then last year you lose by 3 against them in the divisional round. If it ain't now, then fucking win.
Yep.
If it ain't now, then win. At this point,
It's time, bro. Beat the Arrowhead. Beat the little Arrowhead fans. Beat the Swifties. Beat the referees. Beat them all. Do it. Because I think with Josh, he just has to no turnovers. They'll be in a position to win. Yeah.
and they have not been turning the ball over all season long. Josh
No.
Allen at least fewest turnovers of his entire career. So if we have Superman Josh Allen MVP Josh Allen I think the Bills go up in there and win the game. But if we get anything like Superman MVP Josh Allen, the Chiefs are going
Yeah.
to again.
Because I mean, there's going to be at least two, maybe three calls that are bullshit that are going to go Kansas City way. You just have to account for that. So how are you going to come back that? No turnovers? If you have no turnovers, no fumbles, no picks.
You just gotta factor in
Oh yeah, because there will be one.
going to be
Go ahead.
Oh, it's going to be a kitchen sink game. You gotta be locked in. You know, no kicking field goals in the red zone. We need
Yeah.
touchdowns all the time. You just gotta beat the Chiefs at their own game. Situational football. You gotta beat them when it comes to scoring touchdowns in the red zone, not giving up points. You know, and the middle eight that they love to phrase in college, and in the end of the second half going into that third quarter. They just need to be locked in. Can't be having penalties. You have to bring your best game against Kansas City in the playoffs. And I've been saying this shit all damn year. When you play them in a big spot, it's going to be a standing alone game. It's at 6:30 on CBS. Everyone in the world is going to be watching this game. Microsoft won't be on that shit. Just remember that. Just remember that. Not to make make you feel any more pressure than you already have. But everyone gonna be watching that shit. Just make sure you bring your best game forward. And like I said, if it's Superman MVP Josh Allen, I have a hard time seeing how the Bills lose. But I ain't about to pick it or bet it.
That's the one. And again, I mean, I picked them to win MVP at the damn beginning of the year, and I picked them to win the NFCs, the AFCs. I'm sorry, but this is the one spot where I wish it was Lamar and not Josh, because Josh, he's a good dude. He's just like, blah blah, everything's great. Lamar would have hit us with the Stone Cold promo when he was going against The Rock at WrestleMania 17, and he'd be like, "Oh no, I need to win this. I need to win this." Like Josh ain't gonna say that. Lamar would be like, "Oh no, I need to win this. I have to." Like Stone Cold said to The Rock about the title.
You don't think Josh Allen deep down inside feels that way though?
Yes,
I
but
think
he wouldn't say it like Lamar. Like Lamar was just talking about, it's like, I don't hang out with none of these fucking quarterbacks during the summer. Why? They're my competition. Josh ain't talking like that. That's that Kobe. That's
no,
Mamba.
no.
But
I
I'm
mean, but
I'm
you
praying
gotta
for him.
remember
I'm praying. I'm praying for him.
Jackson maybe too. Like he don't come from that same background.
That's true. That's true. But bro, I'm praying. I'm praying for the Bills, man. I really am because I might. Because then if it gets to the Super Bowl, we have to sit and listen to it for a week because there's a gap between the Super Bowl and this. And here we go again, man. If they get to the Super Bowl, they're winning. I'm just
Believe in
being
the Eagles still.
okay. Okay. All
Believe
right.
him.
All right.
I have to. It's all I have.
So we have and we've previewed this to 2 years. So we have a rematch: Eagles, Chiefs. That's what you're
Yeah,
taking.
that's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with.
God, I need the Bills to win so bad. Oh my God, this team this could
I'm
be their
praying
team.
that I'm wrong. Pray that I'm wrong. I don't want to be right.
We'll see. It'll be an interest. I mean, in the rematch, I mean, they got to block. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous, and the game ain't even on yet. It's Tuesday.
I, I think the Eagles match up well against them. You got the best offensive line in the NFL and Saquon Barkley.
And Saquon Barkley. And Saquon Barkley. I love it. Oh, Justin, what are anything else before we go to the end? We're gonna be previewing the Super Bowl in a couple
Oh,
weeks.
yeah. How we feel about Benjamin going not and no not fucking Benjamin goddamn Simmons because
Uh,
that nigga is relevant as it gets. We talking about Benjamin Johnson, who is now the head coach of of the Chicago Bears. Almost said the Lions.
Oh, Benjamin, man, man. Oh, making me think of Ben Simmons. Jeez, I know, but that's hilarious. I think it was a good hire. I mean, but it'll be his first time being a head coach,
Yeah.
so he's gonna have to learn all that bullshit about what it's like to be the executive of a damn team. But I mean, you saw the offensive bullshit he was pulling with Detroit. I mean, he doesn't have the same exact weapons, but he has kind of comparable ones.
Yeah, it's similar. I like the hire, poaching the OC from a division rival is always nice.
Hmm.
If anyone will know how Detroit next year, it's gonna be Ben Johnson. And he hired Dennis Allen as DC. We all know he is not a fucking head coach, but he can coach goddamn defense, Byron.
Yep.
So he's gonna be there in Chicago. Well, he need to turn around because that fucking Eberflus.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're gonna need a line. That should be priority number one. That line is terrible.
Yes, yes, we need to they need to get that solidified first and foremost.
So, all right, but we'll see. Anything else, man? Before we go to winners and losers?
Um, not at the moment.
Well, Justin, start us off, man. Who's your winner?
Now let me turn my attention. Is that Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah, he came on. Don't worry. I had to fully listen to something from two different sides for my loser. So
Oh,
yeah,
well,
it's gonna be bad.
oh damn. Well, let me get out the way. Let me just loser. As always, the Washington Wizards currently on a 10-game losing streak. Only won 6 games. Disgrace to basketball. Hate that team with a burning passion. Oh my god. I cannot tell you how much I hate the fucking Washington Wizards. These niggas are still dog shit ass. Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid running again from Jokic, even though I personally think he's probably injured because like niggas are gonna talk shit about you. So I don't I think he's legitimately hurt, but it's just a bad look. Just bad look. And then we have one winner, and that is the Ohio State Buckeyes football team, national championships. Congratulations. I'll let you go.
Yep, I'm not gonna do anything with the winner. The loser, this is such an interesting one because I was listening to this full interview and I couldn't believe I've gotten to a point where things don't surprise me what people do for clout, but when you actually hear it, it surprises me what people do for clout. And the person I am talking about is Scottie Pippen. Everyone knows Scottie Pippen was on the Bulls, six-time champion, all that. He was on the Patrick Bet David podcast this Monday.
Who's podcast?
Patrick Bet David, PBD. He has a new book coming out. It's called Unguarded, whatever. So it's another book. And during this interview, Justin, and for the people listening who haven't, he said some crazy things in the past, but this one took the cake. One, he said if you asked a random pool of GMs, they would take him over LeBron James because he didn't have to chase his rings and he's a better all-around player than LeBron James. Two, he feels he says that he still would have got 6 championships without Michael Jordan. Three, he said, and he said that why am I not in the GOAT conversation? If you see the way I played the game, offensively, defensively, why am I not in the conversation? I feel like I should be, and I feel like I am.
That man don't believe a word he said. That bullshit, bro. Nah. Bro, that's the type of shit you don't give energy to, bro. That's I know that shit has you hot, but that is literally the type of shit that you just don't give energy to because that's fucking asinine. That's
And then he said
patently ridiculous.
and then he said Michael and LeBron aren't even GOATs in his eyes. He said Magic Johnson's a GOAT in his eye because who does what he did, came in at center as a rookie, which obviously magical all that stuff, but he's the real GOAT because look how he led and all of this. And I was like, okay, okay. And he kept going and going and going, but it's just wild because you're selling this book and you've never said in your 30 plus whatever years recent that you're even in this GOAT conversation, but now you magically are. You got me coughing over here of like I'm actually really mad because I'm like, who the fuck do you really think you are, bro? Like you are not that person. Like when Michael left, y'all made it to the semifinals and got bounced. As soon as he came back, y'all won 3 chips. Like you had the point where it's like, oh, you could have been that guy, the GOAT, and lead your team offensively and defensively. Brother, you weren't leading that team offensively. Like you had a shot. You were no 28, 25, 30 point per game scorer. Come on now. And again, Scotty's good, but ever since post career, he's just gone to the Lulu bin. Like, brother, it's okay. Michael Jordan himself said he would not have had 6 without you. Let that be your testament. You came from an NIA school and made it to be one of the top 75 greatest. Like, come on. You don't have to say this shit to sell a book. And that it's more about clout chasing that's pissing me off. And the fact that you said that shit with such conviction that you really think if we polled GMs, they would take you over LeBron. It is prime LeBron, not this 40-year-old shit. Come on, man. Come on. And you're probably gonna be my loser
Just
all
trying to sell
week. All week.
on every podcast.
On every podcast. Till next time. You know how the stupidest shit you had to sound for me not to take an opportunity to shit on the SEC? Do you know how stupid you have to be? Because I was just gonna come here and talk some shit, but no, you said the shit you said. Now I can't even talk shit about the SEC until later on. So now I gotta talk about Scotty all week. That's my loser all week. Every podcast I'm on this week, Scotty Pippen, loser of the week. It's terrible.
I mean,
Terrible.
yeah, I mean, I agree with you, guys. I mean, is it clout chasing? I think it was already famous. I think it's just marketing. He just tried to fucking sell some books, honestly. I mean, obviously,
Yeah,
he don't believe a fucking word that he uttered. Like I know he doesn't unless he's on some new drug that I don't know about. But
yeah, that's true. He doesn't have to chase clout because he's already famous. You're right. So it's just like, bro, we get it. You're mad about the last dance. You're mad how they showed you quitting on your team. Yeah, you quit on your team. We all saw it. And like, bro, you were begging Michael Jordan to come back. You were pointing at your shoe saying, "Hey, buddy, come." Oh, man, let me stop. Like, come on, bro. You're better than that. You need to stop. You need to stop going. You've been going out sad these past 10 years. So
agreed.
that being said, I can't wait till 6:30, obviously, but we got a game before. I can't wait for both these games, but that 6:30 game is gonna be wild. And next time we're back, we're previewing a Super Bowl. Will it be another Chiefs Super Bowl we're previewing? Or are we going to have some fresh blood in there? We'll find out. With that being said, the L7C signing out Conference Championship weekend. This weekend, we'll be back to preview the Super Bowl. Take care.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.